Hello, and welcome to the first podcast of Mark's Inspirational Wisdom. Today I'm going to speak on poverty and wealth. Now, when people say poverty, they think of people without anything, maybe living in houses with dirt floors or huts, barely enough food to eat, things like that. And when people think about wealth, they think about money, riches, extravagance. But actually, the root of those two words have very little to do with either one of those things. Let's see what the definition of those two words is. The word wealth comes from Old English. Weal, which means wealth, welfare, and well-being. Also is related to the old word well, meaning in a state of good fortune, welfare, or happiness. Now, poverty comes from a French word, pauvreté, which means misery and wretchedness. Now, neither of those words mention anything about money from the root definition. So what is poverty and wealth? It is a state of mind to begin with. If you look out into the world, everything you see that was made by man was first created in the mind, and then it became an outer reality. The same as wealth and poverty. If you listen to poor people talk, you will hear them talk about lack, not having enough, wishing they had more, wanting they had more. A true poor person. Now, there are people who have very little but never speak of lack, and you will find joy in those people, happiness. Now, are they poor? No, they're not poor. And on the other hand, you have people that are wealthy, but they're not really wealthy. You think they are because they have money, many material possessions, many beautiful things. But inside, there is misery and wretchedness. So who is the wealthy person and who is the poor person? And what do those two words mean to you? The first thing to decide is, what does wealth mean to me? Because that word can mean many things to many different people. Without peace of mind, it does not matter how much money you have. You cannot buy peace of mind. Without happiness, it doesn't matter how much money you have, you can't buy happiness. Now, of course, money will buy more happiness than poverty. Of course, you want to have a roof over your head, food in your mouth, be able to feed your family. But anything other than that is icing on the cake. But I do admit I like icing on the cake. But I have been happy with very little, and I've been unhappy with a lot. So was I wealthy when I had a lot and I was unhappy? I think not. And when I was poor and I lived in Latin America and had nothing, owned nothing, took the bus everywhere I went, sometimes walked because I didn't want to pay a quarter for the fare, was I poor? No, actually that was one of the happiest times in my life. I had a family, I had a goal, a dream, a vision. I was starting an English school, which became very successful, and I did make money later on. So, it all begins within your mind. You have to think about what you're thinking about. What are your dominant thoughts? Are your dominant thoughts, how am I going to pay the rent? How am I going to pay the electric? How am I going to feed my kids? What if my car breaks down? What if the furnace quits working? What if I can't pay the water bill? How am I going to make it this month? It seems like there's not enough money for the month. Money doesn't grow on trees. Ad infinitum. I mean, you could go on forever. If you are thinking like that, then you truly have a poverty mentality. Now, what is a wealth mentality? A wealth mentality, even if you don't have much money, is thinking about the abundance you have, focusing on what you have, focusing on how you can make what you have into more, trusting the universe, God, divinity, whatever you choose to call that power, to provide for you. As long as you take intuitive guidance and act on that, you don't have to understand it. In your mind, you want a picture of what you want. So many times people limit themselves by thinking about what they want. They get excited and they start dreaming and they think, I don't have enough money. And therein lies the problem. They think about the money instead of the dream or the goal or the vision. And the money is just a means. And when you focus on the means to the end, you're not focusing on the goal, on the true vision of what you want. You have to focus on what you want. Live the life of your dreams, and the money will be a byproduct of that. Now, does that make logical sense? No, it doesn't make logical sense. Am I saying you can sit on the couch and wait for the check to come in the mail? Maybe if you're on welfare, it's possible. But more than likely, you have to get up and do something. But I'm talking about inspired action. That desire that has been put within you by God, a power greater than yourself, whatever you believe it to be, that desire, you are capable of achieving that. Forget about the money. The money will come. You don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step towards your dreams. Take that first step, and when you do, you can see the next step. Just take a step in the direction of your goals and dreams. You have the power within you to do anything you want to. Thank you for joining me today, and hit the like and subscribe button. And if you have a question or want me to speak on a topic, my email is marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com. Thank you and have a great day.